I thank the Lord that He prepared him to wash the plates in this marriage. Because what would I have done with those plates?
Do you guys quarrel at all? He says you don't look it.
You do me bad in last week, sir. Just last week. I never far. Forever, you know.
So we're back again, and we still have some really juicy questions. So far the questions have been challenging.
Nah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready.
There are still some tough ones.
Voila.
So this one says, do you guys quarrel at all? He says you don't look it. And he says, who settles issues faster? So the person asked a complex question, two complex questions, but we'll take it in bits. So do you guys ever quarrel at all, and who settles issues faster?
Oh, we quarrel. Are we not a match made in heaven?
I hear you.
But we a match made in heaven.
Ever quarrel?
Why?
For what?
Why? Are we are not human beings? How can we quarrel? We are angels in marriage. We don't. Why will you do such quarreling? Is for the lower human beings. Yeah.
Perfect. That's the answer to the question.
Yeah. You do me bad in last week. Just last week. I never far. Forever, you know. But
actually, we actually beef last week. Serious beef, sir.
Yeah.
But the short answer is yes.
Yes.
The long answer,
no. I think let's balance this.
Yeah.
For every couple, there will be misunderstandings.
Definitely.
Steady. There's no couple in this world that say they don't quarrel. There will be misunderstanding. But the question you might be asking is, do we keep malice? I think malice is now when you now elongate it and you now want to do your partner evil and all that.
Yeah.
Because from our courtship days, we had some structures we put in place, some systems, and we have commonality in our virtues, in our beliefs, in our values. The quarrel level is very low. So
it's not frequent.
It's not frequent, exactly. And when we quarrel, God will tell you to go and reconcile with your partner. Do you understand? So yes, we quarrel, yes, we have misunderstanding, but we don't allow it to elongate for long. We come and we fix it and we move on. And we see our quarreling times as moments of understanding each other more, learning from each other more, bringing out lessons from it. That's one of the things we do. After each quarrel or misunderstanding, we ask, okay, what went wrong? What did I do? What did you do to contribute to this situation? And what are we taking out from it so we don't have a repeat of it? So for me, that's...
Yeah, to be fair, I've noticed that a pattern in our marriages, anytime we quarrel and we settle, it usually takes a very long time before we quarrel again. Because we learn so much from that experience. That we learn how to mitigate it before it comes again. But we do quarrel. We do quarrel, and sometimes it's a heavy quarrel. You know, sometimes it takes a week to really settle. Like, we're not beefing, we're not keeping malice, but you know, there's something that has not been settled. You know? So it might take a week to actually have that conversation of, okay, sit down, let us talk. What went wrong? How did we do this? But like she said, I think the key is we always say that we try to fight the problem, not our partner.
True.
So we always try to find out how do we deal with the issue, not how do I prepare my partner.
But do you know when we started in our early years of marriage, I used to pepper him. Hey, God.
You used to.
You know, when somebody vests you and you want to like give it to him like hot. And then I will use silence treatment. I will just it happened early on in the marriage, but the Lord has helped us to know that is not the way out. So like he said, when we quarrel, we are not attacking each other, we are attacking the problem, because we are in the same boat. So we are trying to save our marriage. We are not trying to like destroy or ruin the marriage.
I think that's one thing God has really helped us with, because I don't think we have ever quarreled before and said hurtful things.
That's
never happened. Like, you and idiot.
No.
Why did I marry you? That kind of thing has never happened. So it's often a matter of, I don't like what you did. It's not a matter of because oftentimes couples quarrel, and instead of attacking the issue,
they're attacking themselves.
And if you allow your emotions to get so vile and bitter, there's something in your heart that's looking to hurt that person. And there was something that I used to do. It was a vow I made to myself when we got married. And I said that I would never stop doing the things I do for you, even when I'm angry with you. So you could see we are angry, we're not talking, but you see, anything I used to do for her before, I'm still doing it. I'm still going out, I'm still calling her, what will you eat, what should I buy, how do I do these things? And initially, you didn't understand it. Initially, my wife almost hated the fact that I was doing those things.
And I will reject those things.
And she was rejecting it because she felt we're not talking, we're not in good terms. Why are you doing all of these things? You know, so she almost tried to push those things away, and but over time she understood that this guy is not going to change this thing. This is a vow I've made to God. I'm not going to stop being your husband because we are going through a rough patch, right? So I'll keep doing the things that I do, and over time
I learned it.
So, now even if we're not in a good space,
you may not know, sir.
You may not even know.
You don't know. You don't know.
We still do for ourselves. And you adopted it as well. We still do for ourselves the things that we often do on a normal December, until we have that conversation. We now sit down and say, draw out the lessons. How can we get better, and then we move on. So
So who settles first? I think.
Who settles first?
I think lately I have. Initially, you really.
Not mine. It was me all the time. It was always me. But lately I think you've been initiating reconciliation much more frequently. So I guess right now we are 50-50. I started it which half.
Now how you that is how you have to balance it.
So we do quarrel, but God has helped us. Then the person also asked, how do you handle your family finances? Is there any particular plan, or you just go with the flow? If there's a plan, please share so that some of us know, some of us who are coming up can learn and maybe adopt. How do we handle our finances? I don't even know what to say again. Why is it? I'm trying to
see how to piece it together. I think the angle I'm going to come in from is that we don't have a rigid structure to how we handle our finances. The first mindset that helped us is that we know that our money is our money. His money is my money. My money is his money. So that mindset really helped us. So I'm not any money to search it somewhere or use it for. It's not any money. So we are transparent with our finances. So if there is a need in the house, obviously he makes more money than me. Glory to Jesus. And I'm here to eat the more money. Do you understand? So if there is a need in the house, he takes the responsibility of handling it. He takes the lion's share in that, in that regard. But if there is a situation where I need to step in, I jump in. Like, there's always an opportunity to come in, so I step in and I contribute my own to the quota. So that's
so I think basically like recently we've been trying to build some more firm structures. We want to open a joint account to be able to save together and have a general pool. But I think one of the things that we've done right from time is, like you said, we're transparent. We often have a plan. So like for this month, we know the things we need to do. So we know, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. Can we afford this? If we can't afford this, let's do this, let's do this. So we just make a plan, right, and then go ahead. But more recently, we are trying to create a more structure. So like now we are running Sword Nation. We have a company account, we have a joint account, we now have. So we're now trying to apportion money. Because we're expanding.
But at first it was initially all the money.
Just, I know what she has, she knows what I have, and then we know what we need to do, and then we do what we need to do, and that's it. So, but I think transparency is the key.
Yes, it is, and knowing that your money is not your money.
It's not yours.
That's because this generation, some of them they just want the man to take care of everything. Even if he does it, you have the money as a woman, but you won't bring it out. Hey, God help you.
I think it's very important that you understand that finances is common.
Yeah.
It's common. It's for the both of you. If there's a need, if the man can't handle it and you can, why not step up? The two have become one. So I mean that's how we approach it anyway.
But that's not a license for the man to be.
It's not a license for the man to become irresponsible.
Yeah.
The truth is that the man is the provider. The man should provide for the family.
Yes.
And I believe that the woman should supplement. The man should help if he's unable to. That's how we understand it anyway, and that's how
we've been running it.
Yeah. So, okay, this question now is specifically to Lady Myra.
Hey.
My question is to Lady Myra.
Okay.
When you decided to say yes to Sir Victory, were you 100% certain that you wanted to marry him, or were there still some underlying doubts and fears?
All right. Why are you laughing? So when he asked me to marry him, let me give a quick backstory. When he asked me to marry him, he had a lot of girls around him. He's a ladies man. So he had a lot of girls around him, and they were all falling over themselves for him. Me, Asha, like, what are you feeling like? What are you feeling like? But somehow he had eye for the person that was not even falling. You understand? I just positioned myself well as. So when he asked me and I went into prayers, I got a confirmation that he is the one. But beyond that, I had to also confirm other things. So the first thing is to confirm from the spirit that, okay, this is the person that God wants you to marry. But you have to also open your eye and look like the person, the character, the values, the ministry, because as a woman you're coming to help. So these are the things that I observed and I looked, and it strengthened my conviction. So I was going in 100% sure that he was the person. But at the point I didn't even want to continue with the marriage. Sincerely, I was like, oh yeah, all of you are flocking to you. Just have him, just take him. Let me go and find.
I used to tell her that I always felt as if she wrapped me as a gift and was handing me out to the closest person, because I didn't know what it was. But she just had this attitude of, there are too many people around you, and I don't want the pressure. I don't want the pressure. If you want to have him, we can have him. I was like, is it not me that is asking for you? It's me that is asking for you. Why are you, that? But that was at the initial time.
Yes. So what was I even saying?
That's what you were saying. Now you were saying you always felt like they can have you, that there was too much, but you didn't want to go ahead with the.
There's something I wanted to say in conclusion. So I was 100% sure. Okay, so I wanted to say that at the point I wanted to back out, but the Lord told me something very important, that if this man marries another person and fails in life, that his blood or this thing will be on my head. So that was if this thing goes south, I'm going to hold you responsible for it. So that was like a warning, a very strong warning from the Lord, and it was also another confirmation that this is it. So I was 100% sure. But sometimes we have some persons that have fears and doubts. What I would advise is for you to clear those fears and doubts before going ahead. Because if you carry those fears and doubts into your marriage, it will color your attitude, your action in marriage. Because he might be doing something, you're scared he's going to cheat. You're scared that he's still in love with his best friend. So there might be a lot of fears and doubt, but please clear them before you go.
Yeah, I think what you said is really, it's very interesting what you said about what God told you, because you have no idea the number of men, great men with great visions, who have been ruined by the wrong marriage. Just marrying the wrong person. Man, it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It can destroy everything God has put in your hands. So thank you for
agreeing.
Thank you for agreeing.
I'm reaping my rewards now. Can't just see me.
So I think we've handled that question. Let me see. Tony Samuelson.
Kilo Shele.
Did you always have his attention whenever you wanted it from day one, even when you didn't say?
like have your attention. I don't know if I understand that.
Like
question.
in marriage.
Okay.
Did you always have my attention, or was I distracted? Was I distant? Was I?
I'm a fine girl. You have to give me attention. Naturally, sir, if I enter a room, your attention should.
It's not that her love language is attention. Our love language is attention.
But naturally, you're attentive to me.
Yeah. Like,
he's a magnet. You're attentive to me naturally. But he sometimes is distracted. He's not distracted by other women. I can't. There is no competition right here, right? I know. My merchandise is good.
Yes, proud.
No, I'm just glorifying the Lord for what He has done through me. So I would say I've had his attention from day one, because even in the midst of all those ladies that were around him when we started, he still gave me attention then. So yes, I've had his attention from day one, but through the course of our marriage, he had reasons to maybe distracted by his vision. Distracted in quote means giving more attention. Now maybe he has a work he has to really do, and he will spend hours doing it. So yes, there have been times of distraction, and it is now me that will now come and say, man of God, my king, you have to stop small and come and give me attention. So it is me that will, call for that attention, but yet it happens.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you complained about a number of times is I have a tendency to withdraw.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to we could just be together now. We're just together. We're laughing. The next thing, boom, I'm out. I'm in the room. I'm just in the room. So I have that tendency, which I think a lot of men have. So initially you didn't understand it.
Yeah.
It was like, sorry, did I do anything? Why did you suddenly leave? And it used to translate to you as that I wasn't giving you attention, but it was just after a while you realize that sometimes I just needed that space. I'm someone who is a little claustrophobic, so I could just be in a space and I just want to withdraw and just have my space for a while and then come back, and my battery discharges fast. So, but I think over the years she has understood that that's just me being me. That's not me not paying attention to her. So we've gotten better at that. So yeah.
Okay.
Says, did you sit down? So present continuous. Do you sit down together to do some form of planning, goal setting, assessment, and measuring of your progress as a couple? And is there anything like shared roles and responsibilities?
Are they together? Are we taking
different questions?
Okay.
The same person that asked it, there are two different questions.
So which one are we taking first?
Do we sit down to do any form of planning, goal setting, assessment, and measurement of our progress as a couple? We just did that a few days ago.
Yes, but before it was informal.
Yeah, before it was often informal. Yeah.
We just do it on the go. He knows what I'm working on. He's supporting me. All these my videos. He's always there helping. For him, I know what he's working on. I'm supporting and helping. But it was a few days ago. We had to now sit down and draw up the goals for the year. Okay, what are your vision for the year? So it was more. It's like we went on a retreat where we shared our goals, our visions, No.
Well, to be fair, every year, opening of the year, we often have a retreat. But I think the difference with this year was the planning.
Yes.
The planning was more
detailed.
It was more extensive. Yeah. But every year we have a retreat. We, thank God for the last year. We look into the new year project. We pray about it, and then we plan. But I think this year we did. Again, maybe because we're expanding and a lot of things are beginning to happen at the same time. So we needed to be on the same page, so to speak. So yes, we do assess, but oftentimes, even like she said, even informally, we still do a lot of the assessment. Informally, like I said, most of the times we quarrel is usually a time for assessment. It's usually when we come back and we sit together, we say, okay. And oftentimes you find out that this thing that annoyed the person has been happening and you didn't even pay attention to it. So we find out, okay, this. Have we gotten better at this? How can we get better at this? And so I think, formally and informally, it's a little bit of both. Says, are there any things like shared roles and responsibilities?
Definitely. I think you have to answer this question because you have there's a dimension you brought into the marriage that I love. When you talked about, okay, you're the headmaster and this one is the assistant. I can't remember how you put it.
I think basically for us, the structure of the family is basically like I'm the president, she's the prime minister, she's the head of government, I'm the head of state. So I'm a figurehead, so to speak. The truth is, you're the one in charge in name. You're the one that provides the resources most times, but she's the one that does the execution most times. She's the one that runs the house, she's the one that does Almost everything, you know. She's the one that even tells us how to spend the money most times. We plan, I bring everything to the table, then so basically she's the executor, and then I'm the one who, oftentimes the vision comes from me. You know, the ideas, the vision comes from me. But then once I've shared the vision, also because I'm not a very detailed person, I'm creative. So once I get the vision, I get an idea, I say, oh yeah, this is it, over to you. She's the one that does the breakdown, the arrangement. So, but do we have any shared roles and responsibility? Yes. I think almost all our roles are actually shared, because even in that execution, when you are unable to do it, I step in. So I think there are shared roles and responsibilities. Even in taking care of the home, for instance, my wife does most of the home this thing, but even many times I also come in, many times I cook, many times I serve her. Many people have never served their wife food before, but it's something that happens very frequently in our home. I enter, I cook, I serve her with tray, I bring the food and I serve her. So I mean, we share most of the responsibilities, but I think the thing is that they are the ones that are major. You know that running the home is majorly her, then provision and this is majorly mine, but we come together and do both either way.
So I remember an illustration that you gave. So when we're talking about shared roles and responsibilities, so you say that for like in the kitchen department, that I'm like the one in charge of the kitchen department, but you are also there to assist.
Exactly. So tell me what I need to do.
Exactly. So maybe we want to cook and maybe I'm not feeling fine, you step in.
Exactly.
So you're not like leaving the kitchen to me. No. It's a shared responsibility even in that kitchen, but we know that the person in charge is the wife.
And being in charge means that you can also, I often tell her, means you can also give instructions.
Exactly.
You are in charge. She can tell me, come and cut this, come and do
this.
That is the space of your authority. You have authority over
exactly.
And the other person is there to assist. So
exactly. And the beautiful thing is it also gives you the opportunity to take a break, because I don't like washing plates. He's the one that does the washing of the plates in the house. I swear. I tell you guys, it's one of the blessings I thank the Lord for. As in, he will share the testimony of the washing plate later, but I thank the Lord that he prepared him to wash the plates in this marriage. Because what would I have done with those plates? So being in charge of the kitchen, I know I should be the one to make sure there is food available, but when I'm not able to, he steps in and helps. And that is the same way he's in charge of provision, but when he's not able to, I also step in.
Exactly.
So there is no one, you're the one doing this, I'm watching you. If you don't do it well, this is my wife, you're not cooking well, you're not. No, we are in it together. It's just that one person is taking the front row. Exactly, he's head of department. Another person is now assistant.
So I think that pretty much settles it. Have you intentionally kept your love for each other on fire? Did it ever go down and need rekindling?
Fire on. I think we're going to take a break,
we'll take a break
and come back. For those
we have one more section. I think there are a few more questions to go. So but we'll take a break now. Then we'll come back and answer. I think we just have like 4 more questions to go. All right, so we'll be taking a break right now. We'll be back very soon, immediately after this break.
So if you need to know if our love is firing,
come back after the break. All right, guys.
See ya.
We've not done the honeymoon. We've not shut up.
Let's not go there.
Okay, we are right back. We're ready to talk about how to detoxify your ego. And you haven't subscribed to Salt Nation TV, please take a moment right now to subscribe.